Okay, everybody. Welcome to another rare meeting. I have some announcements that I just want to announce, put out there. Um, as you can see, I've sort of written something on the board that I'm not going to erase, and that's weekly announcements. So it's going to stay up there till the end of time. So I'm going to get through all the information that I'm going to talk about, and then I am going to go and film something. I'm going to film a video on, or part of a video on the houses in astrology. So that video I will publish to my YouTube channel on December 5th. So if you're interested, be on the lookout for that video. So I'm almost done filming it. I filmed when I was discussing houses 1 through 10, and then I just have houses 11 and 12 left to film. But anyway, um, I'm done doing astrological forecasts because the very last time that I tried to talk about the astrology that was going, because I was doing a video on the astrology for the week of like this week, and I just couldn't do it because I'm just over it. I'm completely over the whole entire thing. Um, Discussing all the information and it meaning nothing to me, and maybe others out there. Maybe other people would find value from it, but it has to be valuable to me, and it's just not. It's just not very valuable to me. So, um, the main reason why you're here is because I want to talk to you about something. And I'm sure it's not the first time I've spoken to you about it. This has to do with um, a member of the Amenton, respectively, one of the Amenton people. And it has to do with something that this person is offering. Now, you know that what is fair for me is fair for all of you. So if I can't get something, if I don't have access to something, none of you have access to it. None of you can get it. None of you can have it. None of you can enjoy it. If I can't experience it, you can't experience it. I will not have people experiencing things that I don't experience. I won't have people who can afford things that I can't afford. And that's really how it's going to be. And that's how it's always been. And the reality of the situation is that I can't afford Oracle Circle membership. What is Oracle Circle membership? Well, it happens to be Colette Baron Reed's online community with astrology, moon readings, oracle cards, etc. What's gonna be happening is she will actually be doing another version of that, but it's gonna be different than all the things that she's describing. Instead, it's going to be a place where you do oracle readings, you journal, and you apply the stuff. It's not just theoretical, but it's gonna be similar. And it's gonna be for free. It's not gonna be $22 a month. And she was really, really clear in her latest video of how inexpensive that is. Well, guess what? We didn't have that kind of money. I didn't have that kind of money. I mean, you have to understand that when one person says something, they are basically projecting themselves onto everybody else. And you have to understand that you can't have everything that everyone promotes. We just came off of Thanksgiving, which is all about, fill in the blank. Because it's super obvious, I shouldn't even just say it. And the reality is, $22 a month, not just standalone, I'm paying $22, but paying $22 a month, guess what? That is expensive. And it's not going to happen. None of you are going to have access to it. None of you are going to get to enjoy what's in there because we don't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money. Now, I'm aware that a lot of you have jobs and a lot of you work. And I'm aware of how close Paulette is to the Samantha. And I'm also aware that as I said before, Oracle Circle membership is $22 a month. You may have the money. You may work at a job that gives you money. And then you continually get money from that job until you accumulate enough money to pay for whatever you want. Some of you may want to join Oracle Circle membership. Susan announced it in her announcements. Paulette made a video to all of you announcing it. Guess what? Not going to happen. You really have to be very discerning about what kind of information that you're taking in. You really have to censor what you're watching, censor what you're reading about. Because if you don't censor it, then you compare yourself and you become obsessed, absolutely obsessed with getting what you want. Not what you want alone, but what you want because you were convinced by someone else, someone you watched, that you need this, you want this, you're going to want this, and therefore you should have it. Life doesn't work out that way. You cannot have everything that everyone promotes. And you can't have everything that you want. And maybe I'll rephrase that. You can't have anything you want. And so I think to just simply reduce all of you down to immaturity is really wrong for someone like her to do. When we are mature, we feel fine with what we have. We feel absolutely fine with what we have. We do not feel lack. That we do not have enough. That we need this. Is it immature to pay for something that you have the money for? No, it's not. When I say mature, I mean that you're fine with what you have in the moment and you're okay. And you can choose to again censor the information that you're taking in. You know, you're going to have to be okay with not giving in to her, you know, whole demeanor, the facade of convincing you to pay this. You're going to have to learn to get past that. You're going to have to learn to just hear it and let it go in one ear out the other, because if you can't do that, if you hear it and you feel guilty or you feel wrong or you feel upset because you can't have what she is promoting, then that is immature. You need to learn how to be okay with not getting, with not being able to have the things she promotes. If, unless you have the money, we have the money. The store to lose gives us money. They're very, very financially well off. They give us the money. It's very A-house in nature, shared resources. And let me be completely really raw. I don't have a job, but I am looking at volunteering. So I'm going to be volunteering at a local thrift store. And it will eventually lead me to where I will take a job. And eventually I will make enough money to pay for Oracle Circle membership. And then the tables will turn. I will have enough money, you'll have enough money, you can have Oracle Circle membership. You can have the things that she promotes because you have the money. No, not because you have the money, because I'll have the money. I made it very, very clear at the very beginning of this that it may be unfair to you, but that's how things are going to be. That is how things are going to be. So, what that means is, obviously, if you're interested in it, well, you can't have that. And I think if you were to buy in and get persuaded to those promotions, to what she promotes, you then lose your sense of being content and grateful for what you have. So you need to be okay with not spending the money that you have on everything that you want. You need to be okay with watching her videos and hearing about promotions that you are not going to be able to have those things that she promotes. You're going to have to be okay with it. You're going to have to be okay with saying, no, I will not do this. It is not fair to look as no. It is not what I should be investing my money in. How about investing your money into things that are less expensive? How about investing your money into, I don't know, the necessary things that you need? Food, all those other things like that. How about investing that money into her books and her Oracle decks? And that is all that, no memberships, no, online schools. This is all products that you're investing in. You can pay for her books and her Oracle decks, not Oracle School, not Oracle Circle membership. I hope I make myself clear. Even if you do have the money. And I'm very, very aware that the Map, which is one of her books, was sold very recently at a sale for this invention. But you could get that book and you could read it and you can enjoy it. And that is the thing that is more important than any membership. So her books and Oracle decks are more important, far more important, far more worth paying for than the Oracle Circle membership and Oracle School. So if there are any webinars, any events, any membership sites that, or anything that I do not have the money for, you can't invest it. You can't invest into it. You can't have those things. Period. It's not easy. I don't want to hear the very beginning and ending of her videos when she promotes her things. You're going to have to be very discerning about the kinds of things that you're watching, as I've told you before. And you're going to have to say no to any, and I mean any promotion by somebody who has money for that thing that you don't have, that I don't have. I really don't want there to be difficulty with people who want this and who get it because it's not going to happen. And I know some of you want to join this community, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with not getting to join the community. You're just gonna have to deal with not investing your money into this thing that you want. You're going to have to deal with all of the abundance that you have already. And the abundance that I can afford. So if you engage in information that depletes your sense of gratitude for what you already have, that is a red flag. And you need to, again, I'm going to say it once again, being discerning about the information that you're listening to. So if it does pull you down into feeling like you are going to want something that you can't have, you have the option of not watching the videos. You have the option with not engaging. You have the option of choosing the version of Colette Baron Reid that you prefer. And the version is the one who gives things away for free, or the one who has, the one who wrote the map, the one who designed the oracle cards, not the version of her that has Oracle School and Oracle Circle membership, not that version which is the promotions and the bells and the whistles and all of those kind of things like that. But the version of Colette Baron Reid that is absolutely spiritual. Absolutely spiritual. May I not remind you of the wisdom and all of that is in the oracle cards? May I not remind you on all of the wisdom and all of the guidance and information and abundance in the books that she writes about. There's exercises in those books which you have the option whether or not you want to do, but they are available. They're exercises, journaling exercises, real spiritual stuff, not bells and whistles, not money, not glitz and glam, not new age things, but really delving into the spiritual aspects of what she does. What happened to just simply pulling oracle cards? What happened to journaling? What happened to all of those spiritual practices? Things that you can do for free or things that you can pay for with not a whole lot of money, with money that is affordable right now. What happened to that? What happened to just feeling content with what you have and feeling content with what you can afford? And I say what you can afford. And I say that very deliberately. If you've joined Oracle Circle membership already, you'll be escorted out of there. So you need to take, I don't know what you do because I don't have the money. I can't get in there and, whatever you can do to get out of that, get out of it. Get out of it. If you've joined, get out of it. Get out of it as soon as you can. I'm not gonna have any member of my Minton partaking in something that I cannot afford. Something that is unaffordable. Get out of it. And just be okay and satisfied with what you have, with what all of us can afford. If you can't be satisfied with what you have and what all of us can afford, there's the door right over there. You have the option of walking away if you're not satisfied with something. You have the option of saying no and really, really discerning between the information that you're watching. You have the option to not watch a video by Paula Baron Reed because you don't know what she's going to be promoting and you don't want, that kind of thing. I strongly recommend that you perhaps stay away from those videos because you never know what she could promote that you may want unless you are mature enough to not give in to the promotions. I'd rather not feel that guilt of not being able to have what I want. So I'm going to choose very deliberately so that I don't have to hear it to just not watch her videos. That's my personal choice. That's my personal choice. So you're not going to get the opportunity to potentially have a reading her. You're not going to get to join a mystical, magical community online. But you do have the option of reading her books, of using her decks, of doing spiritual practices, and those kind of things like that. That's what you have the option to do, and that is what you can do. The Oracle School is not very spiritual, is not very mystical. What is spiritual and mystical? Well, it's the practices that you do that are spiritual. It is what you can afford, what we all can afford, and what is also free, if not financially up there on the charts as something that you have to pay for in order to get. Journaling with oracle cards, journaling in general, doing yoga, walking, reading books on spirituality, meditation, all those things are spiritual. Oracle school, Oracle Circle membership is all technology. It isn't spiritual. It may be on the surface, but it's not really. And you may actually find that it's not worth your money to invest in that thing. And it would be a shame if you invest $22 every month into something that you know that you're not going to like. And I'm telling you that you're not going to be a fan of it. I'm telling you that you're going to regret paying for that. I'm telling you that it's not worth the money. So I believe I've made it perfectly clear. And I don't know if I'm going to have this conversation again I really don't know. But, meanwhile, back at the ranch, I have bigger fish to fry. And I'm gonna get there. Other announcements include, the Minton building needs cleaning. So you're gonna come in as usual every month. It's gonna be, here on December 5th and 6th, where they're gonna be opening their doors for volunteers to want to help out, set things up, arrange things for whatever event that they are planning to put on. So you can volunteer for that if you have time, because they are offering volunteers to come in and get assigned tasks and do those tasks. So that is something huge that I want to throw out there. And other than that, there's really not too much going on. You do have your winter concert for those involved in choir. It's gonna be December 21st, first day of winter. So that's when it's gonna be. 7 p.m. at the auditorium here. So I know that you're practicing that. But so anyway, that's really all I have for you today. So the meeting is over with. So go enjoy your weekend, enjoy the rest of your Friday. And that's it. But for now, anyway.